What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with a sitting on my balcony video, and this video, I don't think it'll be too long, but I wanted to talk about two things. So I'm sure by now a lot of you have heard about the passing of Naya Rivera, and I've been following the story pretty much since this morning when the sheriff or whatever from that area announced that they had found a body. And automatically people, they took it as, okay, this is probably her, to them later announcing that they were pretty confident that it was her. So it was pretty much confirmed, that she had drowned and that that was her body that they found based on the physical characteristics, the clothing, etc. So it's had me in a bit of a mood. Like, I didn't follow her heavy like that. Like, I knew who she was, I'd seen her before. But again, I didn't follow her. But the story just kind of, I don't know, it's hit me a bit today. And I guess you could say I am a bit more sensitive to these type of stories now. One, because I'm a mom, and because of the fact that she left her little boy behind, but also because of what I personally went through with my kids' father. And for any newcomers that haven't heard me say this a bunch of times already, my kids' father died. He was 29 years old at the time that he died, and the 4-year anniversary is coming up in like 2-3 weeks, so it's coming up pretty soon. So I feel like when I hear stories of people dying either like in their 20s, very early 30s, and leaving behind young kids, it just hits different now. Like, I'm just more sensitive to it, because it makes me think of him. And I was reading that when they found the boy, he had been asleep, and that they spoke to him, and he said that his mother had managed to get him back on the boat and everything, but after that he saw her like basically drift away or under the water or whatever. And just had me thinking, like, dang, like, say there had been like a strong current or something, I don't know, like the waves were strong or whatever, like she used her last bit of strength, her last breaths of life to save her kid, and it's like, dang, a mother's love, man, it's just sad. It's just a sad situation all around. And it's like, I feel so much for her son, because again, it makes me think of my kids. Like, it's not an easy thing, for a kid that age to use their parent. And from what I've seen and seen, like looking at her posts, it seemed like she had a very, very close bond with her son, and she loved him so much. Like, you could just see it in the pictures that she took with him. Like, she had an immense love for him, the way most mothers do, and for him to no longer have that, like, I can only imagine he's gonna be wondering, like, where's my mommy? And sorry, y'all, I just got real emotional out of nowhere. Woo. Okay, I'm good. But anyways, I got emotional because I was thinking, like, for the father now to have to explain to their son, like, you're never gonna see your mom again. It's very hard trying to explain to a kid that young, their parents are gone, Like, with my youngest, she's 4 now, and sometimes she asks about her dad, and always told them, oh, your daddy's in heaven. And so she'll be like, oh, I want to go to heaven to see him, can we go? It's like, they don't understand. So I can only imagine it's going to be similar, with him. I'm sorry, y'all. I was not planning on getting emotional recording this. It's just one of those things, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Anyway, it's just like another reminder, man, that like our physical time on this earth is so short. And it's like we just grow up assuming, we're going to make it to an old age. But it's like, yo, you never know when you're going to take your last breath. I mean, your life can just be over within a matter of minutes or hours. Life really is so short. And I know we always hear that. It's like so cliche to say, but it's so true, because your life can literally end at any moment. Anyway, I definitely send out, a lot of love and prayers to her family, to her close friends, her loved one, and especially to her little boy, because it's tough, man. I can only imagine like her parents, what they're going through right now. But anyway, That's all I wanted to say about that. But moving on, but continuing on with this theme of life being too short. Going back to what I was talking about the other day when I brought up the whole situation with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith and August Alsina. Like, y'all, be with someone that makes you happy. I can't stress that enough. Because life is so short, you don't want to waste your life with someone that you just kind of settled for, or that just doesn't fulfill you and that doesn't make you happy. Now, I'm not trying to judge their marriage or whatever, but you know, there were certain things that Jada said during, you know, their red table talk that just really stood out. And especially when she said that she just wanted to feel good, you know, not that that justifies what she did. And according to them, they were separated during the time that her and August had this whole situation going on. But, and also, I mean, I'm not married, but I know that marriages have their ups and their downs. It's not always peaches and cream and rainbow and sunshine. Like, I definitely know that. But at the same time, sometimes, I don't know, it's like looking at them, I just can't help but feel like, I don't know, did they just settle for each other? And, you know, I've seen people saying, oh, Jada's true love was Tupac. You know, that's the type of dude that she really wanted, that she really liked. Maybe she just settled for Will because of who he was and his name, blah, blah, blah. I mean, who really knows? I'm not going to sit here and say that Jada doesn't really love him or anything like that. Even though it is interesting that, you know, they were like fist bumping, bad marriage for life. Like, okay, I don't really think it should be. That's a phrase that you should celebrate, but whatever. But again, like, it's tough when choosing a partner, because I mean, in the beginning, you know, things are usually, it's all good and you're only seeing the positive things about them, and then once the rose-colored glasses are off and you see people for who they really are, things can change a lot. But that's why you have to be so careful with who you choose. But again, be with someone that makes you happy. If you see red flags from the beginning, let that shit go, yo. Let it go. I am very much against cheating and stepping out. Having been on the receiving end of cheating, that is one of the worst things you can ever go through. Like, it is the worst. And I personally wouldn't do it because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be cheated on, so I wouldn't do it. And I know when it comes to being separated, it can be a little tricky because some people see that as, okay, well, even though they're technically not divorced, they're separated, so they think that gives them the green light. I am of the belief that if you are separated, well, you're still technically married, so I would still consider that adultery. And, you know, I know that things happen, and I'm not justifying what Jada did, but I get it. I can understand just getting to a place where you no longer feel happy. I guess maybe she just wanted to feel needed, because she kept bringing up the fact that, you know, August was sick and she wanted to help him. So I think part of that, she just wanted to feel needed, and it was almost like she was using that as a type of healing for herself by trying to heal him. Now, one thing I will say though is that when it comes to women stepping out or doing stuff like this, you see how we kind of give women more of a pass and we try to understand why they did it, whereas for men it's like, oh, he dead wrong, F that, blah blah blah. Like, I think it would be a totally different conversation if this was Will. But, you know, whatever. Just pointing out, it is a bit of a double standard, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, on the one hand, it's almost become normalized for men to cheat, but at the same time, when they get caught, it's like, oh, like, everybody be coming for them. But with women, it's a little different. All in all, though, I have to say the Smiths are a very intelligent couple. They wasted no time in taking this situation into their own hands and spinning the narrative into a way where it would kind of benefit them, because as Will stated, you know, he called it her transgression or whatever. Like, and you could tell, I don't know, like, Will, I think he tried to act like he was cool with it, but just the way he was kind of saying certain things, or when he was like, all right, Jada, like when he would like say her name, kind of, you know, I was like, I mean, granted, they said it happened like 4 years ago, so it's been a minute, but I don't know. To me, it just seems like it kind of, he still kind of side eyes it a little bit, you know? But yeah, I have to say though, they're a very intelligent couple. They're smart. They definitely took this and spoke in a way where it wouldn't really make them look too crazy, or where Jada wouldn't necessarily look like the bad guy, you know, where you could almost feel sympathy for her, which is what I'm kind of doing, you know. So I mean, at the end of the day, I think it just helps them to seem more relatable, which is, I think, kind of like the goal that they've always had, to seem like that relatable Hollywood couple or whatever. So I think that might actually help that. Anyways, guys, my eyes are all puffy and crap now, so I'm gonna end this video here. Oh man, what a way to start my comeback to YouTube. Anyways, I will try to upload some more videos this week and keep it going. So yeah, leave your thoughts and comments down below as always, and I'll check you all in my next one. Bye.